unofficial segment of hashtag Thursday Thoughts. Are you supposed to say hashtag?
I have no idea.
Yeah, we're not that cool. But anyway. So the whole idea of the Coleman Method, obviously, we're the Colemans. So that's where the name comes from. But it's all about, getting really real. All right? We're all about empowering people to achieve real, lasting change. And we consider it kind of our family recipe for awesome sauce. Like how we help people to find a place of real lasting change. And that means continuous growth, not just meeting some kind of huge fitness goal and meeting this pinnacle, but keeping it and making sure that we're staying healthy and keeping the cycle going. So that's kind of the whole purpose behind the Coleman Method. And what we want to do with this segment every week is we'd like to ask people who are viewing or viewers to send us questions of things you want us to talk about. All right, so every week we'll go through, and you can send this right through Facebook Messenger, and we would love to have your questions so that we can talk about them live on the show, or maybe not live, but we'll record it, but we'll answer your questions. And so please send us those questions, and I'll go over how to do that right at the end of this show. So for today, I just wanted to pick a starter topic, something that could kick this thing off, and we decided that the best thing to go with is the most commonly asked question I think that I get, and I'm sure that you get this a lot too. Any health professional I think is going to get this, is people ask me all the time, what is one thing I can do to kickstart my healthy goals? I have this big goal I want to do. What's like one thing? And everybody's always looking for that one like quick little thing that I can add in. And if you guys know me, and if you guys know Jesse, if you've heard us speak before, you know that we're not about quick fixes. We're not about gimmicks. We're not about that shortcut. We're all about, okay, well, let me dig in, and I'm going to give you some real advice so that you can get a whole entire lifestyle change that's, so that when you reach that goal, you can keep going and live that healthy lifestyle. So we thought we'd start with that, and I thought a good way to kick this off and answer this question is, you guys are going to learn a lot about Jesse. He's not on my videos as much as I am, but he will be starting today. But he is a storyteller, and so Jesse's going to, and he's also kind of a science geek. Just saying, he's okay with that. He's okay with me saying that, so don't worry about me hurting his feelings. But so Jesse's going to kick this off with his story or scientific explanation of the state of water.
Well, it's kind of cool. When asked what can I do to start my healthy journey, which is an incredibly powerful question. It's so open-ended. What is the most important thing that someone can do? It really has to do with your readiness and willingness to change. And so what we focus on with the Coleman Method is really helping people to identify what that roadmap looks like. There are deliberate, actionable steps that you can take which increase your likelihood of outcome to actually achieving real change. So I like to use the water analogy as one that draws that picture for everyone. Now we think about the state of water. Now it can be dirty, it can be clear, it can be solid, liquid, or gas. All three states are found naturally on planet Earth. It's kind of a cool molecule because it's like polarized and it interacts with each other in interlinking fashions. Anyway, it's a really cool molecule and it's essential for life. So it's important to kind of use this analogy as a symbol of life. And so if we're looking to change our life, we need to look at how we're changing our condition, more so than just the acute. So if I'm looking at, all right, if I have dirty water and I want to make clean water, putting it through a filter is one way to do it. All right, there's one way, there's a quick way. That's what most fitness products are selling. Put the dirty water through the filter and then you have clean water. The problem is that there's still dirty water dripping back in and it gets dirty again. And we haven't actually changed the condition. We haven't actually changed the environment which caused that dirty water in the first place.
Would you just look at how clean I got this water? That is the cleanest water ever. I am totally taking a picture of that and posting it on InstaFace. Oh, damn it, my water got dirty again.
So, I mean, think about it. If I wanted to go to the South Pole and boil water, I could do so. All right, I could bring like stoves and ovens and a whole team and all of the equipment that it would take to get to the South Pole with the equipment to do that. And it's 30 below outside, and you got to have super awesome stoves to be able to.
Super awesome stoves.
Super awesome. That's the scientific term. Super awesome stoves. You can put enormous amounts of energy to cause something to happen. You could boil water on the South Pole, but the amount of money, time, effort, and energy to do so is incredible. And the moment that you stop putting that amount of energy into it, guess what's going to happen to that water? It's frozen.
This is taking forever!
Now, think that's the same way in our lives. If we're not addressing the conditions and the thousands of thoughts and behaviors and actions and the little things that accumulate to add up to our state, we don't change. We can apply tremendous effort and cause something to happen, but we're not really changing. And so I think the answer to that question that I would have for people would be simply that. Just take a step back. What is the most important thing that I can do to cause change to happen, to get started on my fitness journey, would be to approach your state, to think about all of those things, the thousands of actions, behaviors, decisions, and environmental factors that have put you in your current state, and begin to address those. To begin to address those and say, am I actually willing to change those things? Because if you're not willing to change those things, you're not willing to change. You're just going to stay the same. You are not willing to change if you're not willing to change those factors. So addressing your own willingness to change is probably the most important thing.
Yeah. I think, when you do start to think about it, and I know I've been through lots of challenges and, putting myself up to different obstacles and things like that, whether I choose them or life happens to me. But that is always, I feel like, we kind of coach each other. Obviously, I think every husband and wife does, but Jesse will bring this up to me. I'm like, okay.
He's gonna tell me about Antarctica again.
And I'm like, I roll my eyes, but I know I got to hear it, and it's a great reminder. And so just know that, this is how things happen. If we strongly believe that any good trainer can write you a fantastic workout program, have the best meal plan, the best workout program, but what makes you do it is all the difference. What is in between the ears? What's holding you up from doing it? That's the part that I think is left out. People aren't mentally preparing to take on these things. They're not going through the process of saying, okay, how can I freeze water or boil water in Antarctica? How can I make that happen? And reversing the steps and thinking about, do I want to go through that effort? Because guess what? We know, we own a fitness business. This is what we do. It's not the sexiest sales pitch. And I talk about this a lot, but it's not. The truth is not what sells best.
Right.
But
the truth being, it's difficult, it's complicated, and it takes time.
Well, I got a product for you. You just wait. It's difficult, it's complicated, and it takes a long time. It's called gradual permanent change. Don't you want some?
Oh, that sounds nice.
Oh, all for $19.99.
Right. But that's not how it works. It's, you can get quick fixes. You can definitely do things where, if you cut out one macronutrient out of your diet, you are going to lose weight. I guarantee it. But guess what? Eventually you're going to need that macronutrient again, because it's a macronutrient, because it's really, really important. So there's different, and this great new fix on fitness where, we're doing one type of exercise and pounding ourselves into it. But that's not going to be the quick fix. That's not it'll work temporarily. Yes, you'll see results, but it's not long lasting. And so we're talking about, our new term that we came up with, or kind of defines what we teach in fitness, is sustainable fitness. So we teach sustainable fitness, sustainable nutrition, sustainable life. And so that, I think, kind of clears up like our first question. The best way to kickstart your healthy goal is to go through, make sure that your mind is ready for it. Make sure that your mindset is there, because it's always that one thing is like, what to do, but you don't know why you're not doing it. So you think we defined it?
I think so.
Good. Well, if you guys enjoyed watching us and seeing our office and being here with us today, please join us again next week. We're going to be here every Thursday. We're calling it Thursday Thoughts, and we would love if you would send us your questions through Messenger. So Facebook Messenger is fine. And also, please check out our new website, the Coleman Method. We're still working on building it up, but we will. This is where we will be eventually offering this online program, and we're hoping to bring the program live again this summer somewhere local. So we'll show you that. But stay tuned. Ask us questions, and your questions that you send in, we will address next week. We'll choose, if we have lots of questions, we may only be able to pick a few, but if we have just a couple, we'll try to get to as many as we can. So thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
See you next time.